Alright, in this video we're going to be taking something from Autocad, a 2D image, and importing it into Inventor. It's actually going to be a two-part video. The first part I'll show you how to save it and import it. The second part I'll show you how to fix it, in case you run into any issues, which is going to be likely sometimes. So here we go. We have our Autocad image. Make sure you come up here. You're going to do a save as. Save it as somewhere where you know where it is. Okay? Then what you'll do is you'll open up Inventor, create a new. Obviously, you'll want it to be a part or an IPT. In this case, I'm going to pick an inch IPT. You can also pick a metric one. What I would suggest is to not import the sketch first. I would suggest to create an extrusion first and then add the sketch on top of that, especially if you're making something like a keychain or something like that. So I'm going to draw a shape. I'll create the shape. Live dimensioning, so I'm going to dimension it out right now so it's about the size that I want. So that'd be 1. This should probably be something like 2. All right, that's fine, cool. So I'll finish this. So now I have a starter. Now I have a starter sketch. From here, I'll extrude it. I'll auto-correct. It'll auto-select that. Now I would have possibly, let's say, a start of a keychain or something like that. From here, creating a secondary sketch on this face, this is where we'll end up dropping the Autocad in. I'll go here to Autocad. Obviously, they're both made by Autodesk, so it's the same company for 2D and 3D. So Inventor and Autocad are made by the same companies. So here, I'm going to go to my desktop, and I'm going to add in the Tigers logo. Now, the Tigers logo, it's going to ask you for a lot of things. Generally, you don't have to do anything. You can just click Finish, and it'll put it in there. But based on the size and some of the other things that I created in the Autocad, it's going to be some problems. Right now, the problem is that it's the wrong size and it's too far away. Okay? The process of these is going to be moving these is going to be very, very, very similar to Autocad, but it's a little bit different. I always pre-select everything, then click the button, and then you have to click, it's already selected, so then you have to click base point. Then I can grab it here, and I can drag it and move it over. Okay? So I'm going to move it over, I'll bring it over close, and obviously it's the incorrect size, but then I can be done. I'll do the same thing, select it all. I can scale it or rotate it. In this case, I'll rotate it, I'll select the center point, and then this I'll kind of rotate it to that orientation that I want, sideways. Now I can be done with it. And then same thing, select it, scale it, and then I'll move it over. So pick a base point. This is definitely not my favorite. AutoCAD does a much better job of this. But you can see here that we're trying to scale it down. Something got unselected there. There we go. Now we got it on. So we'll scale it, we'll grab it at this base point here, and we will stretch it. Like I said, this is more frustrating than you would imagine if you've used AutoCAD recently. So from there, you want to get it to the right size. And it might take some time to adjust it. If it's good, you should be able to take this, move it, base point, grab this, bring it over, and put it on top of the sketch and make sure this works. For the sake of the video, I'm just going to go ahead and finish this sketch real quick. I'm going to edit this original extrusion. I'm going to edit the sketch here to make this a little bit bigger so that it's for sure big enough that now the sketch will fit on it. All right, so from here, that's it. Most people from here go back to this original sketch, edit the sketch. You would draw this. This would already be drawn, so you wouldn't have to go through and do a line or draw on top of it. From here, you would finish the sketch, you would go through and extrude it. Now, the second part of this video starts now. This is where you'll realize that when you go to select profiles, it won't let you select this outside area. It says, yeah, we can extrude this area, we can extrude this, and obviously when that goes green, that shows you that it's a closed or a valid profile, much like Hatch does in AutoCAD 2D. So obviously these are all closed shapes, but something here is open. Something here is letting it leak out. So right now, if you go to select the profile, it won't select it. So one of the issues I'll do is I'll do exactly the same way as I would do in AutoCAD in doing Hatch, is I would draw a line across here in this sketch. So I'm still in the sketch. I'm in sketch 2, If you notice those lines go green at the same time, that means they're in the same sketch. And what I did there is I'd make a cross across there like this, and I would finish the sketch. And then I would go to extrude and see what areas are now, oh, there we go. So now the lower area is available. So that means that something down here along the bottom is closed off, but something up here at the top isn't. So this will allow me to do it, but this won't allow me to extrude it. So I could do this again as many times as I want. I've obviously looked at this CAD file, so I know what's wrong with it. I know it's in the upper right-hand corner, but I could split it again. I could finish this sketch. I could go here to try to extrude, and you can see that this area works, this area works, this area works, but this area does not. So I know it's up here in the upper right. So what I will do is I'll go back and I'll edit that sketch, and what I would do is I would zoom in anywhere along this area and try to find somewhere where it's a valid profile. Obviously, it's going to be closed along here because I just drew those massive lines, but somewhere in one of these corners it's messed up. For me, it's real easy. I knew where it is. You can see it's right here. That point, that gap, that's where the extrusion is leaking out and not allowing it. So while I'm editing that second sketch, I'm going to select that line, delete it. I'm going to go here to spline interpolation. It's going to auto select it there, and I'll kind of connect the curve and hit the check mark. Now I've closed this off, right? So now I should be able to finish this sketch. When I go to extrude, now I can see that it's accepting all of my different areas. So now I should be good. So now I can go back, I can edit that original sketch. I'll delete this line. I'll delete this line. And if all things worked out properly, now I can extrude these areas. Now it'll let me extrude. There we go. And then from here, right? Now something did leak out into this hole, so my guess is that something is wrong. Something is wrong with this one, and there's a lot of points there, but I'd have to search through this whole thing and try to find out, because when I went to extrude it, something leaked into this area. But either way, you use the same method we just used. Now we can extrude this. Obviously, we've had a choice of pulling this out, or we could flip directions and indent it in, and you can see that it jumps between. So if it goes out, that's considered a join. If it goes in, that's considered a cut. I could put my depth in here, all right, and I could finish this out, and there you go. My logo would be indented. So hopefully this allows you to understand how to add in the sketch from an Autocad file, and then how to fix it if it doesn't work. Very similar to the way you would do in 2D, and do the hatch in 2D. It's the same way you would extrude in 3D. Enjoy.